That apparently is my wheels going about 90 miles an hour. It's going so fast, it's glitching the matrix, folks. The wheels are glitching the matrix. Hello everybody, welcome back to Train Sim World, where we are playing the Great Western Express. We are playing the mission in journey mode, London, Paddington to Bedwyn. So once I click get started, the key you want to do is try to get your train moving out of the gate ASAP, and there's a very good reason for this. So let's go ahead and get started. If we quickly look at our timetable, it basically says we just got to go to reading, and that is it. So we're going to turn our master key to unlock, put our reverser on to forward, pull down our brakes all the way off, and we're just going to put this on throttle 3. While we're waiting the brake to shut off, we're going to put the headlights to day mode there. Our train is already rolling out, so once we catch a little speed, we're going to start to speed it up a little bit. Let's turn on the cab lights here. Turn on the windscreen demister right there, and most importantly is to turn on the train lighting, because if I look behind me you'll see my wonderful dignitary there. I guess we have a wonderful fan from the United States visiting, so that wonderful lady will turn on the lights and you can see her much more clearly. Her and her friends are heading out. And with that, our train is moving, so we're going to put ourselves to throttle 7 to get ourselves to 40 as quickly as we can. In the meantime, all of these need to be on normal. Everything up on the top row, what we've got is standing in traction, we've got train fire alarm, we've got, what is this one, passenger comm, we've got traction interlock, vigilance, and the one that DSD isolated, that we want to turn normal, which is going to turn on our foot pedal here. And then right next to the DSD, we have the TPWSIS. We want to turn that to normal. That's going to tell us whether or not we're going to crash. As you can see, we've got some rain, so we're going to turn on some wipers, so we're going to be able to see a little bit better. And the emergency brake supply is already normal. The only other one we got to turn on is AWS fuse. We want to switch that to on. Click Q to turn that back off. Just hit this button to reset every now and again. The gauge dimmer, we want to turn that on. Whew, that was a really quick overview of trying to get this train set up, and there is a big reason for this. The biggest reason we want to set up our train like this, if you're playing on Train Sim World 3 or before, you're probably going to have a gold medal that you're trying to achieve. If you're playing on Train Sim World 4 like I am and above, you're probably going to try to aim for platinum points, and as you can see there, driving under speed limit gives you 65 points if you're on platinum. It probably will still give you 30 if you're under the gold medal version under the previous games. The faster we can get out of the station, we literally are going to only get this from driving our train all the way down to the end of the line there. We're only going to be getting points just from train speed itself, and we need to do a really good job managing our speed, maintaining our speed, and doing our best driving. You know, it said rain. It looks more like snow to me. I can see snow out here. This is insane. It's snowing here in London, Paddington. How lovely is this? What I'm going to do for you guys first is I'm going to pull up a map. The big map here is every single station that the Great Western Express Railway owns and operates, etc. So technically, the Great Western Express Railway manages 197 stations through a company called FirstGroup. Now, if this is wrong, someone please correct me, because they're from London, I'm not. They can fix it. The Great Western Express, as far as I know, manages 197 stations, and the trains itself actually stop at 270. That is essentially, as far as I know, the full... Oh my god, I'm overspeeding. Oh my god, we're going to see if I fail this mission. Where we're realistically playing from is we're really only playing from London, Paddington to Reading. That's not even a fraction of the map, folks. If you look at the second map that I've got on the screen, it's actually a much more simplified version, really well done map. You can see Reading where it is on the circle, you can see where Bedwyn is on the circle, and you can see essentially we're not even playing through the map. We're just only driving the Reading and switching trains. Why the developers never thought to include the entire map, I can totally understand, because it'll probably take us 3 days to get from one end to the other. However, it would be a bunch of fun, and I would probably enjoy playing it like that. Folks, I cannot see anything. Is that a train? Oh my god, stop, alert. No, that's a single light. Okay, that's a single light up ahead. Okay, so what I did do, compared to the last missions, if you guys remember this, I used to leave my little single on, and it was driving me nuts just sitting in front of the screen there, and I couldn't see where the singles were or anything like that. It's so much better like this, where I can see everything now that I can see, and the only thing I want to leave here is the speed limit, which of course that's failed me horribly, so screw me there. One of the things we need to remember in this mission is the fact that our train can only go 90 miles an hour. It should not go any faster than 90. So if you're playing on full-on realism, despite the fact that it says we can go 100, we need to keep our speed roughly at 90 miles an hour. The other thing we've got is our horn. We've got a horn down here. This little button right here we can use, and we could just throw this back and forth for you guys. For our horn, the other alternative, if you're using keyboard, you play N for the high sound and you play spacebar for the low sounds. All you have to do is make it N spacebar, right? In visibility weather that looks like this, honestly, you're not going to be able to see very well. Regardless whether you're inside or outside, you still want to blow the horn just to let people know that you're around the track somewhere, and it's very important that you do that. It's actually up to driver discretion. If you watched the other video I had about the rail horns and stuff like that, I went through an entire overview of what should be the ideal horns for anything on the Great Western Express. Like a train coming by here, you might honk at them, maybe. But you guys are on separate tracks, so everything's okay. That was the HST train right there. We'll be driving that one pretty soon. Here's a great example of this. So I might blow the horn just, a few times just to let people know, hey, get out of the way. Nobody's on the yellow line. We're all good in this station, so life is good. All right, folks, so we're about to hit the 90 mile an hour. I just need to stay between 5 and 6, and that should cover it. I don't want to go over 90. That's the key thing, or else I'm going to break my engine, and I don't need to break my engine at all. FirstGroup began in 1996 with Great Western Trains, and they were part of the privatization of British Rail. In 1998, it became something called First Great Western after FirstGroup bought out all of its partner shares in the Great Western Holdings. By 2006, First Great Western Link, and Wessex Train were all combined to the new Greater Western franchise and brought under the First Great Western brand. And the company adopted its current name and the livery system by September of 2015 to coincide with the start of the contract that it's actually still running all the way to 2028 is when the contract expires. So maybe for some of you in far future in 2028 and watching this, the contract's probably expired, so go look it up and figure out what it is now. Let's blow the horn here in this station, because I could see somebody's trying to walk on the yellow line, dude. My goodness, I don't know what's up with him. So I don't know, honestly, I don't know if it's better to stay in the train or it's better to stay outside the train. It's such a tricky thing. The cool thing is I'm going at throttle 5 and I'm maintaining 89 miles an hour. It is slowly creeping up into the 90 zone. I'm going to kind of hope for the best it doesn't quite hit it and I can just kind of maintain this for 25 miles. That'd be awesome sauce. Our goal again to get 8,600 AP points for the platinum medal. We're doing pretty good despite that one overspeed. I think we can probably maintain this and kind of get lucky. We'll see what happens here. Someone correct me on this, but apparently according to what I'm looking at right now, there are actually onboard services available for these Great Western Express trains. So I'm kind of curious if this is actually true. Please, someone from the UK, tell me if this is true or not. It claims that the Great Western Railway is the only major UK railway operator that actually has restaurant cars, much like Amtrak would. They are only operating on certain West Country and Wales trains to or from London Paddington, given we're oh my god, you guys, what the heck are you all doing getting on the yellow line there? Oh my god. They're only available to first class and standard class passengers anywhere between West Country and Wales to or from London Paddington. So I kind of wonder if any of these trains actually have it. There's my 90 miles an hour. I'm going to drop down throttle 4 just to bring that down. Meals and the restaurant cars are not included in the price of rail tickets, so you have to apparently pay for it just like Amtrak cars would be. That makes perfect sense. You can actually make advanced registration and have priority or with the seats in the restaurant. That's very interesting for first class passengers. The first class, of course, has first class on all of its long distance and high speed services. As far as I know, there's first class in the train I have here. So that includes fabric reclining seats with tables at every seat, as well as an in-class seat service provided customer host on most journeys. Interesting. So that must be under the HST train. Someone will have to correct me if I'm wrong on that. It may not be actually on the network or Turbo. Let's see. So these guys don't have any seats. There's a couple seats there with tables. Nobody else has tables in here. So yeah. So this particular train wouldn't have it. The other one should. We are coming up on another station. I better just to play it safe here. See who's on the yellow line. Look at all these people on that yellow line. What in the world? Not only that, nobody's wearing anything fancy for jackets or nothing. My goodness, they're all going to be frozen popsicles, people. So for standard class, which is what I assume we're driving under standard class here. So standard class is provided on all of the services. Many services on long distance and regional routes have specific seat reservations. There's an in-seat trolley service scheduled to operate. What is that? I have no idea. We're going to come back to that later. All right, folks. So the only way we would actually know where we are is probably going into the pause menu and seeing the different stations here, because honestly you can't see especially from here, you can't see that we were actually at Langley. You can't even see that we were almost halfway there. Oh my God, there's somebody on the road again. My goodness, why are these people doing this? It's so crazy to just stand there on this edge of the platform. Don't get me wrong, in real life, people really do that. People really do stand on the edge of the platform. So we're somewhere near Langley. That's all I'm going to say. Can't even tell from outside the camera where we are. Some of you who might be from Langley might be able to recognize the area and whatnot and all these bridges and everything. I certainly can't because I've never been to Langley, so I can't tell you a thing about like what it looks like. If you go off and explore like some of the forums and stuff, you might find a forum about the Class 166 and whether or not the Class 166's width is actually wider than some of the other trains. So if we take the 158, for example, some of the standard class width is about 2.7 meters, whereas the 166 is 2.81 meters, and the only other one that comes up to 2.81 meters happens to be the class 172. Everything else is pretty much around the 270 meter range or so, and so that means it creates some interesting conundrums. Hey, this is a lovely station. Look at that. I don't even know what one that one. Maybe that was Langley. Well, we're somewhere near Langley. I said this already. So there we are. Langley, there it goes. We're actually about 17 miles away from Reading, so we're in a good position one way or another. We got 4,700 AP points. I think we're doing pretty good to get our 8,600. We're going to cross our fingers in the hopes that we get our 15 miles in and we get our 8,600 from there. But yeah, so the width of the 166 and even the 172s are not only considered the widest, but even the lengthwise. It's so not talking about the whole length of all three cars, but the length between these two cars. Look at this. This is a trip. That apparently is my wheels going about 90 miles an hour. It's going so fast. It's glitching the matrix, folks. The wheels are glitching the matrix. I love this. Oh my gosh, it looks like it wants to fly off the rails. I am doomed. I'm so doomed. But no, it looks kind of cool. When you look at it from this far away, it fits perfectly. But yeah, so what I was getting at, it's also the longest of the cars too. There's a couple reasons for this. Some people are thinking it's probably for the clearances to get around curves and whatnot. Possibly it's the fact that it's just to navigate the tracks. However, at the same time, the 166 is not cleared for a good portion of the railway. So there's a difference between not actually trying to go on specific portions of the railway and just being simply not cleared. So this 166 can only go to a certain section of the railway. Other parts it can't fit. So this means for the 166 to drive on a place like Reading through Guilford, and correct me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. At least I pronounce it as Guilford, okay? So I'm sure it's pronounced some other way. We'll see. And Reading, I think, is pronounced Reading. I think you guys pronounce it Reading. Someone correct me on that, too. I think it is Reading. The 166 actually had to have the station not really rebuilt per se, but it just had to be, like, skewed a little bit at the edge of the platform so the rails can actually squeeze into the platforms and fit properly. You know, if I could actually see where we are, it would be really helpful. All I could do is go to camera 8. You know, I could just zoom back here and figure out what station we're at. This doesn't tell me nothing. It tells me nothing. There's no signs. Oh, wait, there it is. There's a sign. I was like going to say, how do you know where you are? We're at Taplow. This lady has to be freezing, wearing capris with a jacket and snowy weather. All these ladies are freezing, people. Let's go back to our engine, get ourselves back on track here. 13 miles away from Reading. Oh my God, my window wiper stopped. What the heck? My window wipers just froze. That was dumb. I went to camera 8 and my window wipers froze. Gosh, I had to reset that. I don't know what happened there. That was just what in the world. I did not need to drive with broken window wipers. If that ever does happen, folks, more horn to you. That's what we do. We just blow more horn. We just do it with the more horn. So one of the things I noticed about the alerter on this train, unlike freight, for American freight, the throttle here doesn't affect that at all. It's very interesting. So you actually have to press the alerter completely separate from any other operation of the train. Okay, folks, so one of the problems here, so this map is actually really helpful. You can actually see everything from this map. You can tell we're almost there. We're actually about to hit Maidenhead, Twyford, and then the rest of it from there. But Slough right here, Slough is the place where essentially the train starts to become late. It's very difficult to try to do anything useful from Slough forward. So you really do want to get a jump start if you're going from London Paddington to Reading. You want to try to get a jump start, get your train off on a good start, so that way you can try to manage your time well, because you're going to get bonus points for the stop, but you're also going to get bonus points for loading people on the train. You could still get your full 500 AP roughly, give or take, if you could stop right, assuming you could stop, but you're only going to get 250 AP if you are horribly late with your train. So the more on time your train is, the better you are. And the way to gauge that is where it says stop here, that actually is the stop, but there's also a line for loading passengers. Normally there's another clock for loading passengers. If you can at least make it within a minute of the stop and the full load of passengers, you probably will get the most of the points. But if you can't do that, then your points slowly drop little by little, and at some point there's nothing you can do to make up those points, and you're just basically screwed. That's just the bottom line, folks, with passenger rail, and it's very difficult to go backwards too. So we're going to go to the outside camera for just a second. So you can already see those lights up ahead. In fact, we are going to just zoom past those lights here. As soon as you pass this light, and if there's not a light in the other direction, a lot of times there's another train behind you that you do have to be aware of and just pay attention to. So I'm not that far ahead of my train here, but here's the station. This is Twyford right here, and my train should be coming through if I don't screw up the alerter. Oh my god, there's my train. I wasn't going that fast. Look at that. That guy, that is a pretty fast train going 89 miles an hour right there. So that's why it's so important to stay behind the yellow line. This is why this is even here. Because if you accidentally catch that train, guess what? Your face is going to get slammed right into this brick wall and you're going to probably die. It would not be fun. All right, we're 4 miles away from Reading and I'm scared now because I have 8,000 points here. And I do know the stop. Well, the stop itself will be at least 500 points. I don't think it's going to give me anything for loading passengers. So all I have to do, oh yes, there it goes. There it is. That's what I was looking for. All I needed to do was get 8,100 and I am good. So you can see our speed starting to slow down to 95 and we're going to probably have to pay attention to that. Already, if you remember what I said, we had to be here by 2:43 and you look at the time there, it's 2:42 and it's already 2:43. This is why these trains become late real easy, and it's really difficult at 90 miles an hour for a network turbo like this, a Class 166, to actually make it on time to Reading without overspeeding. The only way to do it is to go past the engine limit and exceed the maximum speed of 90 miles an hour. If I was under an If I was under an HST, I could probably do it and I could probably get there early. But with these network turbos, it's just impossible. I'm trying to do two things. One, I'm trying to reduce the amount of time it takes to get there. And two, I'm trying to get the most mileage as I can. We got a 60 zone coming up in about 2 miles. So what I'm going to start to do is I'm going to start to back off my throttle here. And I'm just going to drop it down to 0. I'm not even going to hit the brakes. The brakes accidentally got bumped. I bumped it by accident. But yeah, we're going to just drop my train down to 60, which is going to let it coast for the 2 miles to get to 60. The 95 is really for the HSTs when they're rolling on through. They're the ones who need to slow down. The other thing you got to worry about here is slowing your train down and not crashing into the end red light up ahead. So that's a big deal too. Oh, and the other thing that's worse than some of this other stuff is accidentally having an alerter go off on you. That's the other worst thing. We're going to hit the brakes and get ourselves down to 60, and then we got to go down to 50. So we're going to have to slow down a little bit more. So let's go ahead and put brake 1, and I think we'll keep this on brake 1. Oh my god, we're going to go a little bit slower. Got it. Okay, we're at 49. So trying to stop in snowy weather is not going to be easy. We have to kind of plan ahead here, and our station's coming up anyways. So I think we probably should probably go a lot slower than we're going now. My goodness, we're going to be slamming into the station much quicker than it looks here. Okay, we gotta throw throttle 3. The nice thing is we could always use the emergency brake if we need to. It will probably push me ahead, but I think I can make it with brake 3. Let's see. Oh yeah, we got this. We got this, folks. We got this. It's going to be a good stop. This is going to be a good stop. We're going to do brake 3, brake 3, brake 3, brake 2, brake 1, brake 2, brake 3. We got it right on the money. Let's see, 445 API. We'll take that. So we're going to go ahead and unlock the left doors and let these folks finally get out of their express train. Come on, folks. Everybody out, let's go. While we're here, because we got a red light, the best thing we could do is turn on our DRA. It's the switch is already set to normal, so we didn't have to touch that. The DRA again is important because that's going to be the thing to keep your train from rushing on through this red light. And as for me, I'm officially done with this mission, so technically I can get up and out of this train. This is now going to be for somebody else to drive, so they can take over. I don't even need to, lock the engine or anything like that. I could. Somebody else will come in in, they could drive. Actually, you know what? To keep this train kind of safe, not emergency brake, off. We turn this thing off. We put the forward off. Actually, no, we put this... Oh god, I don't remember. We'll put this off and then we'll turn the switch off. We're good. There we go. Train's off, right? And then we'll leave the lights on because someone else is going to want to use it. Our mission's officially done. Here we go. Let's go, Steve. We got... Oh, I got to lock the doors. I got to lock the doors. Fine. I can't leave the train. Fine. Fine. We'll just put this forward then. It's okay. Everything's fine. Lock the doors. Let's lock the left doors and then we can get out of our train. Watch those doors lock. And the mission's officially... done. Oh gosh, look at that. No wipers in the rain, -13. That was in the beginning, people. That was in the beginning. Oh, and look, this is where it got stuck right there. That's where it got jammed up. And then this was the, I think this was the speeding point. Yes, this was where I sped right here in the very beginning. I got screwed up there. -97, but otherwise not bad. I did pretty well. This is not bad. But there's my platinum medal and we are good. And like I've said before, do like and subscribe, leave me comments and let me know what you think. I'm hoping you're going to enjoy the London Paddington to Reading trips that I'm going to be doing for a little bit on journey mode here. I'm surprised I didn't get left vehicle on safely, so I at least got that okay. But yes, let me know what you think, and I would love to hear your comments for the folks that happen to live in the UK and drive this train and ride it and whatnot. Like I said already, like, subscribe, leave me comments, and we'll catch you for the next Train Sim World. Bye, guys. Look at how many people are on this train. This train's so full, nobody's leaving, but they just randomly popping in and out of existence. It's so much fun. I love that. It's like we have a personal transporter for people to zoom in and out. But look at how many people come off this train. It's just insane how many people in this train. In the old days, when Great Western Express was released,